Hi, I'm Ivan, software engineer at Parabeac. Today, I'll be showing you how to install, configure, and run Parabeac-Core on macOS. This tutorial assumes you've already installed Dart, Flutter, an editor of your choice, such as IntelliJ, Android Studio, or VS Code, which is what we'll be using today, as well as Sketch, if you're using that. If you don't have any of these installed, please check out the description for more help. Let's get started.
Now, in order to install Parabeac-Core, the first step that we need to take is to go into the Parabeac-Core GitHub repository. Now, in here, you can check out the wiki, look at the issues that we've made, look at the README, and contribute to the community. But for now, let's focus on cloning the repo. So let's go down into the README and look at the table of contents. Under Get Started, go ahead and click on Cloning the Repo. Now, in here, you'll see some commands that are useful for properly cloning Parabeac-Core. Now, because Parabeac-Core depends on the Sketch Asset Converter submodule, we need to run the following command in order to clone everything properly. Now, if you're interested in reading more about what Git submodules are or learning more about it, go into the README and click on this link right here. For now, let's go ahead and copy this command, and I'll bring down my terminal. And I'll just paste this command wherever I want Parabeac-Core to live. So we can see it's cloning, receiving the objects, and right here you can see that it did some stuff to the submodules, which is always a good sign. So we do an ls and go into the Parabeac-Core folder. We can see that it cloned in stable, which is what we want, and we should see a folder structure similar to this. Now, let's go ahead and go into the Sketch Asset Converter folder, and we should see some files like this. Now, if you go into the Sketch Asset Converter folder and you see that the folder is empty or has one or two files, that probably means that Parabeac-Core didn't clone the submodules properly, in which case you should run this command, which is git submodule update init, which initializes the submodule, and git pull recursive modules, which will get the most recent information from that submodule. So with that, let's go back into the Parabeac-Core root folder and run pub-get. This will let us update the dependencies that Parabeac-Core has and make sure that everything will work properly. So let's do one last ls, and we see that everything is okay, and we're good to go. We have Parabeac-Core installed on our computer, and now let's move on to setting it up. Now that we've installed Parabeac-Core, let's go ahead and do some setting up on our design files. So whether you use Figma or Sketch, Parabeac-Core has some sample files to help you out if you want to go ahead and play around with some of the features of Parabeac-Core. So all you have to do in order to get those is go into the Parabeac-Core GitHub repo, down into the README, click on Get Started, scroll down a bit, and here you'll see this. Feel free to download one of our sample design files below. So this is the one for Sketch, and this is the one for Figma. I'll go ahead and get started on the Figma file first. So open it right here. You can see that we have a couple of screens here, and we've also created some symbols. So the first thing I'd like to talk about for any design file is prototyping. So Parabeac-Core supports prototyping. If you add prototyping to your project, Parabeac-Core will automatically export a button that will, when clicked, take you to the page that you targeted. So just a really quick tutorial on how to add prototyping here is you can click on the component that you want to take you to another page. And in here, if you go down to the side, you'll see prototyping. So if you click on the plus button, you can see that it creates a little arrow from your cursor. And from here, you can choose what page this Connect Facebook button will take you to. In this case, I'll go ahead and select landing page. And then you can just go ahead and click on save to save your file. And another thing I'd like to talk about real quick is the Parabeac support for eggs, which are kind of like plugins, essentially. So the plugins will let you override some of the behavior of Parabeac-Core and let you export custom widgets. In this case right here, we can see that we have header navbar. Now this navbar part in the arrow brackets are the important part, because that tells Parabeac-Core that you want to export a certain component a certain way. In this case, you want this component to be a navbar. And here for the children, you are giving each of the elements to that app bar. So we have the leading item, which will be this bell. We have the middle, which is a group containing this text and this icon. And finally, the trailing, which is the profile icon. So this is probably one of the eggs that you'll be using the most. One final thing I'd like to go over is state management. So Parabeac-Core also supports state management. Usually the notation that designers use for this is the name of the component, in this case small major card, then a /, and then the name of the state. In this case, we want two states for this information systems button, or the small major card as it's named. The default state, which is the unliked one, and the small major card / loved, which is when someone clicks on it. And so with that out of the way, I'll go ahead and demonstrate prototyping for Figma. So for Figma, it's pretty simple. All I have to do is click on this Figma link. We'll open a Figma file. And in here, we have some design screens as well. And the way you add prototyping to this file is very similar to Sketch. So you can go ahead and click on prototyping here to the right. You can see it gives you some options, and it lets you select the starting frame. So starting frame in this case, we'll go ahead and click on landing page. And in order to add a link in here, we can go ahead and here in the tab bar, which is another egg, we'll go ahead and select the home icon and link this to home screen. So we have some options here. We'll ignore those for now, and we should be good to go. So now that we've set up our design files and we've learned a little bit on how to add prototyping and a little bit of state management and a little bit of how eggs work, let's go ahead and move on to Parabeac-Core and configuring for state management. So we've just set up our design files. Now let's go ahead and actually configure and run Parabeac-Core. In order to do that, the first thing you need to do is get your editor of choice. In this case, I'll be using Visual Studio Code. Click on Open Folder and find where you cloned the Parabeac-Core repository. So you'll know you're in the right folder if you see this parabeac.dart file. Now, the first thing I'll go ahead and showcase is how to configure state management. So you open up the lib folder, configurations, and configurations.json. Now, this file lets you tweak some of the things that Parabeac-Core will export for your project. In this case, I'll be focusing on just state management. So you can see that by default, it exports as none, but we currently have support for provider. We also have support for block and riverpod. So if you wanted to use any of these configurations, you would just go ahead and type in here your state management configuration of choice, save the file, and you're good to go. I'll go ahead and leave it as none for now though, and close up this file. So another thing that I forgot to mention is that if you're converting a Figma file, you're going to need to generate an API key. So in order to do that, you go ahead and open up your Figma. And if you go here in the top left, you'll see main menu, go all the way down to help and account and account settings. So in here, if you scroll down, you'll see this personal access token segment. Yours might be empty, but I've already generated a few keys. So you go ahead and click on this text field and enter whatever you want the name to be. I'll just name this one tutorial. You press enter. and you can see that it generated my key. So the message displayed is copy this token. This is your only chance to do so. So once you copy it and you exit out of this tab, the API key will be lost. So make sure you save it somewhere safe. Otherwise, you're just going to have to generate a new one. So I'll go ahead and move this over here. And now let's run Parabeac.dart. Now, if you ever have questions about what arguments Parabeac.dart takes, you can simply run it like I am doing right now. This way, you'll get some common commands. You can see the full name and the abbreviation as well as what the parameter actually does. So in this case, though, I'll be walking you through it. I'll do Figma first, so Dart, Parabeac.dart. And the first argument we need to give it is our key, which is -k, and paste it here. That's the key that we just generated a second ago. And we also need the Figma file ID. Now, in order to get that, you open up Figma. Now, in the file that you want to convert, you'll see the URL, figma.com, file, and you'll see this combination of numbers and letters. You go ahead and copy that. That's your Figma file ID. So let's go ahead and paste that. Now, these are the only commands that are required to generate Figma, but I'll go ahead and also use the -n, which is for name, and I'll go ahead and give it the name my project and press enter. Now, the first time you run Parabeac-Core, the dependencies might take a while, but after you run it one time, it'll take less time since it's already installed those dependencies. So we can see here that it's running all the logs, it's showing some information, telling you what arguments you gave it. Looks like everything is running smoothly. And it says that my application code is in my project lib main.dart. So everything looks proper. And we can see that it exported right here. So this is the Flutter project that's generated. It includes the test and lib. So if we go ahead and lib, we can go and open any of the views. Now there's so many errors because we're already inside a Dart project, so I can go ahead and open this in a separate window. We can see that's a lot better. Let's go ahead and open lib. We can see here in main.dart, because we added prototyping and we specified a home page, it automatically populates that here. We also have the screens that it generated, and these screens map to, let's see here, these widgets in index screens. So you can see all of these were generated as screens, and the symbols are generated under the view folder. You can see we have person, 1, 4, 5, etc. We have the small major card, which has the default configuration and the loved configuration. Let's close that up, and then we have symbols. Now, these are the symbols that are generated. You can see here we have one of the hearts that's generated. And so I won't be running this because Flutter projects usually take a long time to start up. I'll go ahead and showcase how to run Parabeac-Core on Sketch first, and then I'll go ahead and showcase the conversion. Now let's go ahead and run the conversion for Sketch. In order to get started, just type dart parabeac.dart, and the only argument that you need to provide Parabeac to run the Sketch conversion is -p for path, and it should be the absolute path to your Sketch file. So I'll bring my downloads folder over here, and I have the Parabeac demo alt.sketch file, which I got from the Parabeac-Core GitHub README. I'll go ahead and drop this down here, and I'll also provide the optional name argument and name my project Sketch Project. So hit enter, and the conversion will start. We can see here that we get a warning that Sketch Asset Converter is behind master. There's nothing to worry about there if you get that error message. You can see we're getting some success messages about our index screens and symbols being converted properly. And there we go, our conversion was successful. So if you did not provide Parabeac the -O option, which is for output path, where you want your project to be exported, by default it'll export your project to the folder that contains the sketch file. So in my case, it exported to downloads. You can see here sketch project, so I'll go ahead and open that in Visual Studio Code. And there we go, it opened. And it's giving me a message that some packages are missing or out of date. I'll go ahead and get those packages. If you don't get a similar message to that, you can go ahead and open a terminal and run the command flutter pub get. You can see that it ran correctly. And if we go here into the lib folder and view, we can see that we have some errors, which are due to some small bugs that we have currently in Parabeac-Core. But they're very simple to fix. Just go ahead and hover over the red, quick fix, and import the packages. Same thing here. Go ahead and save those files. And now we should be able to run the conversion from main.dart. I'll use F5 in order to start the debugger. And in a moment, we should have our app running in our iPhone simulator. So we'll just give it a moment. So we can see here now that our app has launched, and we see the landing page that we set up via the Sketch prototyping tool. So since we set up prototyping, we can go ahead and click on this login button, which will take us to the homepage. And we also set up some navigation links down here in the tab bar. So if we go ahead and click on one, it'll take us to a different page. And basically that's all you need to know in order to get started running your own conversions in Sketch or Figma using Parabeac-Core. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions or doubts, feel free to drop a comment or join our Discord and ask your question there. Thanks for watching.